watch Friday Night Lights.
Playoffs!
Nailed it. That's Tali Latoy. I'm Tim O'Brien. Another Friday Night Lights here on NBC Palm Springs, sponsored by Honda the Desert. We hear you. Our buddy Gil Rutenberg, I think he's home. He better be home watching. We're going to call him after this.
He might still be on vacation.
Oh, man, he lives quite the life. Anyway, 4 Valley teams remaining tonight, heading into tonight, their quest for a ring. It was unbelievable action. In the beginning, first few quarters for every team, it was like, oh, man, it can't end like this. But get into this, see what we got. Let's get going.
Let's get going, and let's begin on Cook Street. The Xavier Prep Saints, one of the Final Four, like you said, going up against the West Covina Bulldogs. Now, Tim, what do we say? We're going to find out if West Covina had that dog in them. That side was definitely barking early before kickoff, but for the Saints, you know, shake hands and you get on with it, because you got a game to win. Saints with the win the toss, get the ball first. Tyson Ruiz to return, and for a good reason. Take a look at that. He's got that dog in him. Our cameraman, Gio, just couldn't keep up with him, but he takes it all the way down to the sideline, puts the Saints in Bulldogs territory. King behind center to start things off. Fake handoff. Pelham takes it up the right sideline himself. Keeps things going and active. But, Tim, we got that beast in the backfield. Jesus Passos. But take a look at this nice block by 71, the Tongan Tower. That is Elijah Vicona. And Pesos, well, he keeps it going. Brought down inside the 5. They go for it on 4th and aren't able to get it. But the Bulldogs force the punt, so we're back to our regularly scheduled program of Saints offense. King looks, and who does he find? A favorite target. That's Tyson Ruiz for a short gain. But, Tim, like I say, just wait and see. Keep watching, because Pelham will drop back. Looking down yet again, and who does he find way down yonder? That is 21 again, Saints in the red zone after that big gain by Tyson Ruiz. But they would have to settle for 3. The leg of Braden Cervello puts them on the board first, though. Bulldogs are able to run it down, get the tud. Extra point no good, 6-3 now. And the Saints defense, well, they step up. Jesus Passos standing on business. Big tackles in the backfield for them. And that would build momentum for this very next play. The Bulldogs, well, they're looking to put it in the air, but Xavier Prep's Braden Cervello, he's doing it all tonight. Comes down with it. A pick for Mr. Cervello. The score at half would be 6-3 Bulldogs. And when the Saints would come out of the locker rooms, well, Tim, they would be met with a rainy second half, and it was tough for the Saints to string anything together after that. The final in this one, a tough pill to swallow, 19-3 Bulldogs, but the best playoff run in school history for the Xavier Prep Saints comes to an end, and the Saints, they fought until the very end.
Yeah, you know what? Still only giving up 19 points. I think it's a testament to the defense of the Xavier Prep Saints. We are just getting started here. We'll have more on that game, of course. As we mentioned, the Saints do fall short. Doesn't take away the slightest bit of a successful season that they had. We'll hear from head coach James Dockery coming up in just a bit. All right, welcome back to Friday Night Lights. Before the break, we saw the tough loss tonight for the Xavier Prep Saints, but we did have a chance to catch up with head coach James Dockery. He talks about a little bit more on the tough loss, but great run this season.
Obviously, it was a great year. I mean, our goals were to win league. Our goals were to go to the CIF championship. We fell a little bit short on both of those, but I think throughout the process, we've helped mold some solid young Jesuit men, and we're very proud of them. I mean, we're just going to develop all the guys that we have. You know, there's no secret that by numbers we're, you know, one of the smaller schools in the Valley, but we have the right guys here clearly because we're capable of winning league. We're capable of making deep runs in the playoffs, but we just got to just really improve everybody from top to bottom. And myself, I starts with me. I got to get a lot better. Our players will get better. They will be bigger, stronger, faster, and we'll be back in big games again next year.
Tough for them, but you know they have a great junior class coming up. Elijah, you have Elijah, Austin McDaniel, and Jesus Passos, just to say a few. That's
good coaching staff too. I've said it from Jump Street this year that Doc knows what he's doing and he's in the right place. They got the right guy.
Yeah. Well, when you hear about the Coachella Valley Mighty Arabs, that's one of the Final Four as well. Usually you hear about the standout running back. That's Aaron Ramirez, or Aaron 2K, as a lot of people know him by. A big piece of that CV offense. So before we get into their highlights tonight, we got to know Aaron a little bit more off the field.
Aaron Ramirez, class of 2025, running back, free safety.
Your performance speaks for itself. Looking back, you know, you guys are in the semifinals now. Can you grade your performance this year and, like, what you think of it?
Out of a grading scale, I'll say probably like a C or a B. I wouldn't say I'm at my best. You know, there's always a lot of stuff that everybody and anybody could work on to get better at what they're doing. So I feel like I still have a lot to work on. I could get better on.
A lot of them are always like, we got to stop the run. We got to stop Aaron Ramirez. Hearing that, I mean, that also has to come out as a compliment to you.
Well, I mean, it's mainly it's how the game goes, I guess you can say. But like I said before, I'm an athlete, so if they try to stop the run, I mean, it's not only I could be one position, so I'll probably go out there and do something else that they wouldn't be ready for. Show me some Uno.
He's close. He's tight. Nobody's crazy.
And I always say that, you know, you let your performance speak for itself, but you also are very vocal on the team and why you are very confident. You know, you're not afraid to let anyone, you know that.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I just feel like that's where it has to be. You know, like if there ain't nothing out here, then I mean, where's everybody gonna get it from? Is it gonna be low? Might as well like pick up the crowd or something. Once you hear the crowd going, then you get the players going, then everybody just gets going.
And when it comes to tuning out the noise from, you know, the outside noise when you enter a game, I'm sure that has to be, you know, tough on you.
Well, to be honest, I don't let it get to me. I know what I have to get done, and I know what's going on at the moment. So it's nothing new to me. I know what I need to do. After what happened with Yucca, we just kept going forward, put that behind us. Now, we knew that was gone, so it's on to ring season.
Get to talk to him all the time.
He's a good kid, too. Well, wise beyond his years, for sure. So.
Well, still to come here on Friday Night Lights. Now, that big part of the Coachella Valley offense, well, he and the rest of the team were looking to stand on business, Tim. That is the name of the game tonight for all of our Coachella Valley teams. We have the Cerritos and CV highlights coming up next.
Plus, the Yucca Valley Trojans looking to get into the finals for the first time since 1996. Pretty remarkable. We'll find out if they made it happen. Coming up next.
Yeah, welcome back to Friday Night Lights. Well, Tim, let's head out west. 2 of the 4 teams had to hit the road, including Coachella Valley, to face Cerritos today. One of the 2 teams on the road for our Final Four. Now, for the first half, it would be all Cerritos. Coachella Valley closing the first half with no points on the board. We've never seen that, ever. But there is the man named Aaron Ramirez getting a lot of good carries, just not being able to find the end zone. I mean, it's really tough to stop him. I mean, take a look at how he just maneuvers across these defenders, breaks so many tackles along the way. But in the second half, Tim, they come out with a vengeance on the shoulders of Mikey Rodriguez and Aaron Ramirez on the ground and in the air. Take a look at this big boy catch by Mikey Ramirez in the end zone. Aaron Ramirez is his #1 fan. They've known each other for years. So that kicks it off, fueling momentum across the board, making plays and making catches like that. Aaron 2K, end zone hungry, gets not 1, but 2 tuds. A big second half for the Mighty Arrows, and they keeping to look their playoff dreams, but they fall just short on his legs. They cut the lead down to 35-28 after that tud you just saw there, but Cerritos just is able to close it out 42-28 after a late interception by Calderon. So that's the end for the Mighty Arrows.
It was 28-0 at one point, Cerritos. So the fact that they came back, climbed up 35-28, made it a 7.1 score game, it's pretty remarkable. Congrats to them on their great season. This one will sting a little bit. They were going to host the game next week, the championship game, had they won tonight. But hold your heads high for sure, Coach Johnson and company.
In a perfect world.
Yeah, for sure. Meanwhile, the Yucca Valley Trojans on a 9-game winning streak entering tonight's semifinal game against the Santa Fe Chiefs. Now, the Trojans taking the field, they had the smoke going, the crowd was electric, the vibe out there. That was my first time up there in the high desert. Pretty awesome. Coach Jeremy Johnson strutting out like something out of the WWE. It was awesome. The guy fires me up. Captains at midfield for the toss. Chiefs would lose the toss. Trojans elect to receive. They went heads on the toss. You got to go tails. Tails never fails. Both defenses showing up early. Chiefs with the ball. Quarterback Andrew Lopez chucks up one. Javen Hudson with his 6th interception of the season. Pointing the other way. Trojans ball. All good. Well, after a 4 and out, it's Chiefs getting on the board first. A little confusion there in the secondary. Lopez finds Sebastian Macias, who sprints to the far side, scores after the extra point is good. Chiefs go up 7-0. Now, momentum completely swinging Santa Fe's way in the second quarter. Yucca quarterback Michael Ramos gets stuffed at the line, coughs up the ball. Chiefs fall on it. They're waiting for the ref to make the call. Chiefs thinking, no, they have it. Bang, ref blows his hand the other way. Santa Fe ball. Trojans defense stands tall, though. They get the ball back. This time it's Miles Harper who finally, in the second quarter, breaks loose. Harper takes the ball 80-plus yards to even the score just past midfield. 40, 35, 30. See you later. No one else to beat but himself. Finally, they're on the board. Tie ball game, 7-7. At that point in time, Tolly, Miles Harper had negative 1 yard on the ground. They had really held him, is what I should say, the first half. They would get the ball back. You see there, the Santa Fe Chiefs would cough it up. All good. That's because Aiden Pacell would go ahead and recover the fumble for the Yucca Valley Trojans. Game 7-7 at halftime. It was one of the weirder halves. There were a few mistakes on Yucca's side. The turnover, one personal foul penalty, a face mask penalty, everything going in Santa Fe's way, and they were still only tied 7-7 at half. So that's where you start feeling good. It was going to be their night at half. We'll talk about that, though, for sure.
Yeah, and that's right. Still to come here on Friday Night Lights. The second half of the Yucca Valley Trojans game. Coach Johnson and the team came out with their foot on the gas. Tim has all that and more coming up after the break.
Plus, we'll take a look at the playoff picture and who is left in the quest for a ring. We'll talk about it coming up. All right, welcome back. Let's go back up the 62 to Yucca Valley. Trojans and the Chiefs tied at 7 apiece. Whatever Coach Jeremy Johnson said to his team at the half, it worked. It was the tale of two halves for sure. Now, already up 14-7 quickly. The Trojans then wouldn't look back. This time it's Michael Ramos. Takes the snap, throws the deep ball to Javen Hudson, who makes it look so easy. Comes back for the ball, as a good receiver should do. Takes it to the end zone. They're up 2-score lead after the extra point. Trojans are up 21-7 in the blink of an eye. We'll go one more for good measure. It's the Trojans again. It's Ramos to Hudson again. Busts the outside. Busts through. Bang. Boom. 28-7. Trojans, I mean, they just turned it up in the second half. The final tonight, Yucca Valley 35, Santa Fe 13. The Trojans headed to their first final since 1996.
That's incredible.
Oh,
season.
It's so good.
And the good thing is, the run's just not done yet.
Nope.
Job's not done. Trojans are special. We caught up with Coach Johnson after the game and Miles Harper. Take a look.
They're going to the championship!
Some adversity, but I always promise them we're going to find it. We're going to find the hook that we need. And you know what? Our line blocked better the second half. Our defense played a great football game, though. You got to hand it to our defense. They shut down that kid. He was a good running back. But I'm just proud of this team, you know.
Yeah, we changed it. We knew coming into the second half we needed to pick up our energy and really show that, you know, we're the better team. It's really great for us and also the community. You know, Yucca, we're really not a big community as the other schools down the hill. So, you know, this is a big win for us as well.
Just excited and happy for these teams, and the Trojans are going to the finals. What can I say?
The Trojans are going to the finals. They hit the road and face Cerritos in the championship. But first, they should enjoy this win, Tim.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We're going to be there. We're going to follow this journey along with them, and it's going to be sweet. So,
right back after this.
All right, welcome back. Before we wrap this up, let's go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard from tonight. 4 Valley teams, only one standing. West Covina over Xavier Prep 19-3. CV falls to Cerritos 42-28. St. Monica Prep 29-7 over Desert Hot Springs. We're going to talk to head coach Roy Provost this week. We'll make sure we do it. History-making season, 2 playoff wins. They hosted a playoff game, an absolute historic season for Provost and company. Turned the whole tradition and culture around. Heck of a season for the Golden Eagles. And then, of course, Yucca Valley over Santa Fe tonight, 35-13. Yucca Valley headed to the CIF Southern Section Championship game. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to be there next week. But, Tim, this is our final Friday Night Lights show. But the run does not stop for us here. We'll be at Yucca Valley and covering them all.
Yeah, we're going to take care of that all week. We will, of course, cover the game 5 and 6 o'clock next Friday night. We'll be live from wherever the game will be played. We'll find out, I'm hoping, either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. And then we'll make it work for the 11 o'clock next week. But this is it for Friday Night Lights. Crazy. 11 weeks, 12 weeks.
I know. And now it's already done. But thank you for everyone at home and everything. But we'll see you next week.
Thank you to Honda the Desert. Gil Rutenberg. We'll see you.